I always wanted to be a nurse. When I was growing up, that's what I wanted to be. I took off several years. It must have been about 12 from the time when I first had a child until I went back to work. And I stayed home and was a stay-at-home mother. It was kind of fun. But then when they all were in school and doing fine, then I got kind of antsy to get back into my career. And they offered refresher courses in one of the main hospitals here in Ann Arbor. So I went and took that and got a good job. It was part-time and there were no weekends, so that's great for a nurse. I'm trying to figure out when I went to work at the U. First I did volunteer work. I did volunteer work for Planned Parenthood. And then I went to work at the U in a OB gyn clinic. And those were good hours. And then I had very good working companions there. So I worked there for 9, 10 years, until my mother had to come with us.
What would you say has changed the most from the time when you were my age up until now?
It's a hard one to answer. Go ahead.
Sexual morals.
How so?
Well, when we were teenagers, we didn't have sex. But now.
I think one of the things that was an issue is the pregnancy issue, and the onset of the pill, you know, has changed that game dramatically.
How did you navigate those years where there were so many social changes? Because you were probably raising your kids right in the middle of that.
Because of the strict feeling about premarital sex at that point, we wouldn't expect them to come to us, girls, and ask advice of mother, you know, should I sleep with him, or would you get me birth control pills? And birth control pills were easy to get once I got into college, I'm sure.
Did you have to ever get any for the two girls?
No.
Oh.
But I'm sure that they got them.
No. Boyfriends get them?
They didn't, I mean, it's easy to get them. But they were not including me in their sexual decisions. And I'm glad. In Pioneer High School and in Huron High School, they had a nurses that wanted to get some advice about birth control and etc. And so I gave them classes. And through that, I got out somehow into giving prenatal classes in the community. Lamaze classes, you would think of them probably as doing that. And some of that was volunteer. And I would go into the high schools and would put it was just girls, put the girls through an hour-long practice labor. Speed the whole thing up, you know. And they liked it. The teachers would call me. I have another group of girls would come in. In teaching the Lamaze classes, we made a book. And I went into Planned Parenthood to see what they were doing, because we were talking about birth control after giving birth. And I just got interested. They needed somebody there at that point just to answer the phone. And then the whole thing evolved after that.
Speaking of Planned Parenthood, there was a period of time where the director left. And she became temporary director.
Wow.
And that was at a time when Planned Parenthood was a persona non grata, meaning that there was some risk that they might sabotage the building. I remember one night.
we had to practice what happened if someone bombed the building. And I don't know. we took it very lightly, and the person who was telling us, don't take this lightly. They bomb Planned Parenthood buildings. They come in, they shoot them up, and we...
How would you say you ended up going from a very conservative childhood to being the temporary director of Planned Parenthood?
My mother never understood that either.